Good evening, everyone. So, in today's video, we will be talking about the conditional statements. Okay, wait, heading is wrong. Conditional statements. Okay, so conditional statements are the logical. What happened here? Yeah. So, conditional statements are the logical statements that we use in mathematics. Okay, so equal to, okay, greater than, less than, not equal, greater than or equal, and less than and equal. Okay, so Python supports all these conditional statements, and for equal we will have two equal signs like this. Okay, so a equals to b. This is for equal to like operation if a is equals to b, right? So you can note we use double equal to sign instead of single, right? Because if you use single, it means that you are putting a value of b in your a, right? So it's a value assignment sign if it is a single equal to sign, if it's a value assignment rather than the equal to sign. So to check if the two numbers are equal or two variables are equal, you need a double equal to sign. Okay, now moving on to how can we use these statements, right? To use these statements, we are conditioned with if and else statements. Okay, so if and else statements are everywhere, like in every programming languages. They are just more of a checker for multiple conditions. So how it goes is ki the syntax for this is ki if statement is true, execute this code. Okay, else execute this. Okay, so if whatever written inside the statement is true, we execute this code, unless else we execute this part of the code. So let's suppose I have a number a equals to 10, b equals to 20. So I want to check which of these is greater. Okay, so what I'll do is ki if a is greater than b, okay, and now I will be writing in the Python, this is a pseudocode. Okay, so if a is greater than b, I need to print a, else print b. So this is how a normal if else condition looks. Okay, so this will first check if a is greater than b, so it will compare 10 is greater than 20. It is not, so this statement will not be executed, but this statement will be executed, which is 10 less than 20. Okay, so whatever is not executed inside the if block, so it will be more of this, will be executed inside the else block. So it's more of a set. So if this part is getting executed, this part will not get executed. Okay, so like if I explain it this way, so this is your if condition, so this will be your else condition. Okay, whatever remaining, I just explained it through the Venn diagram only. Now let's remove this part. Okay, now what if you want to explain, like you want to check multiple statements. So I have a equal to b, sorry, A equal to 10, B equal to 20, and C equals to 30. Now I want to check which of these is the highest number. So what I need to do, so I'll be comparing it one by one. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then I will print A. Now I will use elif condition because I have to check one more condition. So I can't use if all the times, and I'll explain you why. Now if B is greater than C and B is greater than A, then I will print B. Now the remaining condition will be for C is greater than A and C is greater than B. So I'll just print C. Okay. Now I would like to explain three things over here. One of this I will explain it later in this video only. So now first is if, then I have written elif, and then I have written else. So if we have multiple condition to check, if I go if like continuously, so what will happen is ki my Python code will first check this condition. If it is false, it will also check this condition. If it is false, then it will also check this condition. Okay, so to remove this tedious task, we just use elif. Okay, so even if this condition is true, my Python code will also check this if. So that's why, like, if there are all three if, so if it checks this and this statement comes to true, instead of returning the error, it will also move on to the next if statement and then next if statement. But if I have written over elif over here, it will not move to this statement. It will just execute the block of code and remove it, like remove itself from the remove execution of the particular code block. So this is one code block, like whatever is inside if, elif and else, this is one code block. This is another code block, like this is also one code block. If I do if and if, so this will be one code block, this will be one code block, this will be one code block, and if it is else over here, then this entire thing will be one code block. Okay, so to avoid multiple execution of all the if statements, we use this elif statement so that our Python code understands that this is one code block, and if any of these conditions are satisfied, we don't need to move on to the next statement. Okay, yeah, that's it about if else statement. Now I'll talk about operators. So operators here are or, and not. Okay, so or is more of ki if any of these is true, then my answer will be true, and if any of these is false, my answer will be false. For and, it is ki if any of my statement is, like if any of the statement is false, like if any of the statement is false, it will return me false. But if any of the statement if both of the statements are true, then it will return me true. So if I have to explain this, so by T I mean true, by false I mean false. So for A or B, if it is true, true, TF, true, F, T, this will also be true, and if it is false, false, then it will be false. Okay, similarly for A and B, true, false, false, true, 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 false, false. So any one of, if it is false, then it will return false. If it is true, then it will return true, if both of these are true. Okay, similarly for not statement, if something is true, it will return false, and if something is false, it will return me true. Okay, now how I can use it in my if else statements, let's see it. I'll just open up multiple pages. Okay, so as I showed you earlier, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, I will be printing my A. So my A here is 10, B is 20, C here is 30. So if A is greater than B, 10 is greater than 20, this one is false. So if I keep it like this, now it will be more explanatory. So A is greater than B is false and A is greater than C is true. Even though one of them is true, but it will still, this statement will come as false. Okay, this will come as false. So my Python code will know that I don't need to input any of this code. Then it will move into elif condition. Now it will check B is greater than A and B is greater than C. So B is greater than A, true, and B is greater than C is true. So this will return true. So my Python code will know that I have to return B. Okay, and this statement I have to return the answer from this particular code block. Okay, so I will get answer as 20 if I execute this code. You can try it on your own in your favorite code editor, and you will understand how the flow works. Okay, now there is one little thing that you also need to know. It is nested if else condition. Okay, so sometimes you have this situation ki if A is greater than C, then it will also check for if A is greater than B. So I can write this particular statement like this as well. Okay, only if A is greater than C, it will check for if A is greater than B and print A, else we will print B. Okay, so this is nested if condition and this is the main if code block. Okay, now you can also see I am leaving some spaces over here. So see, and they are like mostly equal, right? So this is called indentation, right? And you need to take care of indentation if you are writing a multi-line code in your if else statements, right? But if you want to write like in a single line as well, you can do like this: if A is greater than B, print A. Okay, this is one type that, like, this is one way you can write it as well. Okay, if it is a multiple line, like if you want to include else statement as well, then in that case you can write print A if A is greater than B, else print C. Okay, actually over here I should be writing print B. Okay, so this is how you can write your code in a single line statement. Okay, I think that's about it for this lecture. So yeah, if you like my lectures, please do like and share these videos, and if you have any doubts, I would repeat once again, please do mention them in comments. I'd be happy to assist you or help you in any way. Apart from that, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And yeah, thanks, and thanks for watching my video. Bye.